Hey guys, welcome back to the web scraping tutorial on Velocity 360. In the last video, we set up the node project. Then we made a request to basketball-reference.com to grab some scores, NBA scores, and render those in our server, from our server, so that we can confirm that we're getting the HTML that we need. So in this video, we're going to analyze the HTML, dissect it, and parse out what parts we want to use to extract the data that we need. So let's get into it. So here is the HTML we're going to scrape. And again, this is coming from our server. So to pay close attention to that. So right here is the actual HTML from the source. So if we open up the source code, before I do, we want to find this set of HTML right here. Atlanta is the winner, Houston is the loser, and these are the scores. So if I just do a search for Atlanta, right here, it'll point us to what we want. So it's very hard to see because all this text is jumbled, but you can see some distinguishing characteristics of the HTML right here. Trying to find the end. Oh, it's right there. Sorry, I missed it. Right there. Right here. Okay. So, excuse me. So, what I've highlighted is one whole tag, this TR tag right here. And it has a very specific name to it. It says winner, which means that tag contains the winner of the game, which evidently is Atlanta. So that tag is pretty important. That gives us the winner of the game. And whoops, I missed it. It's right here is the end of the tag. So let me try it one more time. So this is why scraping can be pretty tedious. So that is one whole tag called winner. So let's copy that and put it right here as commented out text. So okay. So what I've done here is I've pulled out one tag from the HTML that represents the winner of the game, and I've separated them into their sub tags, what's called the children. So here, this is another tag inside the enclosed TR tag, and then this is another tag inside the TD tag, and then here is another tag, and then another one, and here is the child of that one, and there we go. So this is the tag that contains the winner of the game as well as its children tag. So there's 1, 2, 3 child tags, and we want to find the first one, use the first child, and the second one for the score. So so this is what we're looking at to pull out of here. So let's go ahead and get this started. So what we want to do is use Cheerio to load this. So I have to import Cheerio. All right, this dollar sign might look a little bit peculiar to you. It's basically a jQuery reference. Cheerio uses an API very similar to jQuery by design. So as you're going through Cheerio's scraping APIs functions, it basically looks like you're using jQuery functions because you effectively are, but it's loaded through Cheerio. So if you know jQuery, this is already feeling pretty comfortable. If not, don't worry, just follow along. So here we've loaded the HTML into a Cheerio reference, and then we can use that. So we'll call this element. Okay. So what we're saying here is that find every tr tag in the entire HTML, and let's go through every single one. So there's going to be more than just the winners and the losers. There's going to be quite a few others, but if you look closely, the ones that we want have a specific class called winner, and there's going to be one for loser. Let's confirm that. So here is the tag for the loser. Okay, I'm not going to step through all the child tags right now, but you can see it's basically the same. It's literally the same. So we can just parse through both the same way. So we want to grab this attribute called class. So element. So we want to see if the element has attributes, and if it does, let's see what they are. Okay, so now we can run this and see some console output. Whoops. Okay, this is not an array, so excuse me. Okay, let's try that. All right, let me figure this out real quick because I'm not grabbing the element. So 1 second. Okay, I made a silly mistake in the Cheerio loading. It goes by tag name, not the actual tag. So here, instead of the actual tag tr, you just put in the name of the tag. So excuse me for that. And then this should be good to go. So when you run the page, we can see all the tags with all the tr tags and their corresponding classes. Now for a lot of them, they're either undefined or this other class called full table or t-head. But we don't care about those. We only care about winner and loser. And now we're looking at these two. So if class name is winner, let's console log only that. So now if I run the page, I only get the winners, and there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that corresponds with the HTML. Only 4 games, 4 winners. So that's good to go. So now what we want to do is break down this HTML and get down to this word right here, Atlanta, the actual winner. So this is the TR table row, that's what it stands for, that we have right now, and it has 3 children, 1, 2, 3. So in this Cheerio loader, those are called children. So console log children. And that's an array. So we can check the length. And you see they all have 3 children. So we're definitely in the right spot. So if we grab the first one, that is a TD element. So and that one has its own child called an anchor tag. So before we get to that though, let's do some console logging here. Okay, so we have it right here. So then let's see if we console log its children, which is only going to be one child, the anchor tag. Well, it's just an object, so let's just grab the first one and see what it is. Okay. We're getting a little deep here. I'm going to go back to this and then just grab the length instead. Okay, so the length is 1, and that means we are referencing this one tag right here, right? So if we call that anchor, okay, so here we have it, and then let's check its child length. So the anchor tag is right here. It has a child length of 1. And then once you get all the way down to the tag that you want, it still has a child tag, which is just this. It's not really a tag, it's child data. So if we grab that one, let's call it content. That should have a key called data, which will give us the actual content of all the winners. So the winners are Atlanta, Golden State, San Antonio, and Washington. And that corresponds with what we see in the HTML. So we got all the way down to the actual content of the data that we want. So again, this process can be a little bit tedious, as you can clearly see. So it all begins with analyzing the HTML that you want first, and then identifying the children tags, and then just drilling down until we get to the tag that we want. So here, the tag that we want, the data that we want is right there. So the TR tag is the first one that we want, and that's what we're iterating through here. And then we grab the first child. That's what we're doing here. That tag itself has its own children, so we grab its first child, the anchor tag right here. That's essentially the tag that we want. So that has its own child. It should only have one child, and that's the data, the content. That this is the payload, essentially. And then we just confirm that by console logging the data right there. So now if I do all that again, for the losing tag, since the HTML structure is exactly the same, this should work. So let's do that. Atlanta is the winner, Houston is the loser. Clippers lost, Lakers lost. So all of this adds up. So now we have the winner and the loser clearly identified. Since the parsing here is literally the same, we could just use an OR statement right here. And we don't need this. Cool. And let's take it one step further. Let's say the class name is winner or loser. So we can just console log both at the same time. Winner Atlanta, loser Houston, winner Golden State, loser Clippers, loser is Philadelphia, winner is San Antonio, so forth and so on. So this data corresponds with what we see here. So that's been confirmed. So great. So in the next video, we want to actually get the scores. So we want to get these values out as well, so that we can learn more than just the winners and the losers. We can see the actual scores of the games. So we'll do that in the next video. So thanks for watching.